Good morning. It is Tuesday, and I am going live to help ignite a fire under you on a way to monetizing your brilliance. Thank you for joining me. And today I am going to talk about imposter syndrome. We all have it. Everyone. Are you in a career where you constantly feel like you're not good enough? Or you doubt your abilities and question whether you belong? Perhaps you've experienced the frustration of being underemployed, underpaid, and underappreciated. I'm sure we've all been there at some point in our career. And that constant struggle of imposter syndrome can be exhausting. When we let imposter syndrome take over, it costs us hundreds of thousands of dollars over the life of our career, because every time that we hold ourselves back from that next step, it changes the trajectory from here to here. And you can never get back up again to that higher trajectory. You may not go after the career that you've wanted since you were 10 years old. Why not? Did someone say you can never be a doctor? You're not smart enough? Did you let that become your truth? We often let others steer our career as we grow older. We may attribute our success to luck rather than our hard work and drive and brilliance. We may settle for roles beneath our true potential. Hell, we probably didn't even apply for those roles in the first place because we only made 5 out of the 10 bullet points in the want ad. You may have held yourself back from pushing for raises and promotions that you know you deserved. And you may never realize a dream, if it is your dream, to start your own business. These are just some of the ways that giving into that imposter syndrome holds us back and costs us lots of money. And that feeling, the feeling of achievement and being proud in who we are and what we've become. And since you're here right now, I'm pretty sure that you have a lot of experience in overcoming your limiting beliefs. You're on LinkedIn, you're a professional, and you're interested in growing your personal and professional development. But still, those limiting beliefs are holding you back. How can you get to that next level? So today I'm going to share some strategies to kick that imposter syndrome further out to the curb, or at least dial it back a bunch of notches so that we can move forward. You know, it'll never go away, but you can take back your control if you just rewire how you think and the way you do things a little bit. How do you preempt the attack of imposter syndrome? Because if you set those big, bold goals and go after that promotion or start your own business, you are going to be hit with it. It's going to come, especially at night when you're laying in bed and your defenses are down. You can, number one, surround yourself with support. Seek out those mentors, the coaches, the allies, the people who are doing the same thing, who can champion your growth, who normalize this big step. You may have to change who you hang around with, because you may be on a different path than some of your family members or your friends. And I'm not saying you have to ghost them forever, but it goes a long way to surround yourself by people who believe in your vision and are right there with you. All right, number 2 is create the vision. When was the last time that you let yourself dream without limitations? Without geography, without kids, without parents, without money, any of that? If there were no limitations, what would you do? Where would you go? And then once you figure out what that is, map out all the steps to get there. Because yes, you do have limitations. We do have real constraints. We have geography, we have technology, whatever it is, there are constraints. But that doesn't mean you can't start moving down on that journey and just tackle one problem and then the next, and then the next when you get to it. Because at the very least, you may never get to that one thing, but you're going to get somewhere different, and it's going to be on a better trajectory than the one you were on before you started. Number three, number three. Own your accomplishments. Take inventory of it. Yes, your resume is one place. Start a file where you keep all the letters of recommendation, where you capture images of times people have given you kudos on LinkedIn or at a party, someone write down things that people have said about you and put them in a folder. Because not only do you have the accomplishments that are resume bullets, you have those other accomplishments that are way more uplifting and energy creating, but maybe aren't as tangible, something that you put on a resume. Pay attention. So number 4 is pay attention to the stories that you're telling yourself and challenge those narratives or limiting beliefs. Where did they start? I don't belong in the C-suite. Where did you start hearing that? Why do you believe it's true? And what can you do to get there anyway? I couldn't possibly start my own business. Why not? Start addressing those limiting beliefs step by step by step by step. Oh, I don't have the money. I can't afford to. Well, for the next year, build up that financial runway. Figure out how to get there. I don't deserve that promotion. Why not? There's a million stories that we tell ourselves in our head, and sometimes we've told ourselves them so many times that they've become our truth. Question it, move beyond it. And then number 5, most of all, something that we all need to work on, and that's practicing self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Next time those limiting beliefs and those stories and you're yelling at yourself in your head, I want you to imagine something. Imagine the cutest little child in your life. It might be your own child. It might be you as a child. It might be your favorite niece or nephew. Imagine you standing in front of this innocent child and screaming at them with the exact things that you're screaming at yourself in your head. Of course you would never do that. So why do you do it to yourself? Be kind. And on those days when you're really struggling, pull out that file that you've created with all those nice things that people have said about you and remember. And then go back to taking those steps towards that big goal because you've mapped out the steps. I hope this helps you understand how you can begin to reframe your thinking to kick imposter syndrome to the curb. And I hope you've enjoyed this content. Join me next Tuesday at 9 a.m. Mountain, where I will present on From Fear to Fearless, Conquering Change and Overcoming That Anxiety. When we do big, bold things, it is scary. So how do you move past that fear? That's what we're going to talk about. Thanks for joining me. I will see you next week. Have a fantastic week.